I guess spring is here. Actually feeling this weather. I feel some a little bit of anxiety. Kind of feels like track season, and it freaks me out because I never liked running much. We got some calving going on today. We currently have 5 pairs in the barn. 3 right here, 1 right here, and down there we got an issue. That mom is not taking kindly to her calf, so we got to lock them up. She keeps kind of kicking at it, hitting it around when it tries to suck. We're whittling down on the critters. We got about 10 in here, and there's only about 8 left out back. Last video, you know, we cleaned the building, and then we started fresh. We took all the pairs out. Well, the next day, we started the day, of course, with 0 pairs, and by the next morning, so it would have been Friday morning, there was 9 pairs in this barn. So in the course of 24 hours, we had 9 pairs, and Dad actually pulled one by himself at 1:30 in the morning. I didn't know what was going on. Yeah, it was crazy. They just all started popping out calves. And so since then, the building has been cleaned, those pairs have been moved out, and these are some new pairs. And so we got a couple girls in here, especially this 998. She's got a huge bag. If she doesn't pop today, I'll be surprised. These girls need another bale. We're gonna get going, we're gonna get feeding. Since we're running low on critters out here, we're gonna pull up the 2nd and 3rd cycle, and they have been hanging out. You can see them way in the back over there. They're not that close, but of course we don't wanna calve something out there if it does happen to be a little bit early in that 2nd and 3rd cycle. 32 degrees Fahrenheit, that's just about freezing. Do you got puppies in you? Do you? And the high today is actually about 52. Yesterday it got up to 60 degrees in February. It was nuts. Now take a look at this thing. 18 heifers, 11 bulls. And when we started out, the first it was like 6-2 at one point. The bulls were winning, but now it's 18 girls, 11 boys. The first place we were bringing pairs to is now full, and we started taking them to the next spot, which is actually right here at home. So if you look back here, this is the 2nd spot we're bringing. Whoa, almost dropped you. Oh, I dropped my glove. Son of a. This is the 2nd place we're bringing calves to. There's a few, or pairs, there's a few back here. What's nice about these building sites, this one's a little different since it's kind of on the farm. We got some shelter for them, and then when pastures do get ready, their pasture is right on the other side of these trees. So we just open a gate, and then they're gone. Just like at the other place, they got shelter in that smaller pen, and then once their pasture's ready, we just open one gate, and they're in their pasture, and they're already moved. Not a lick of ice. That is just, it's nice. 2 weeks of below 0 weather. That's about the max. I would have had to move to Florida if we would have got another week of that. Dad and I are getting a little squeamish. If you look here, we are almost out of wet corn. It's crazy how fast we went through this pit. Right when we filled it, we had a pen of some pretty big critters, and they were burning through the corn. We put a big dent in it before winter even started. And someone commented videos back, why aren't you looking into getting in some barley or some, what was the other one? Garbanzo beans. That's a great question. Dad and I have actually been talking about trying to get some barley in for the last couple weeks. It's higher in protein and it's similar in energy. It's also a lot cheaper than corn, which of course we have more corn, but it's just the price of corn has went up so much. It doesn't seem like it's worth it to take a high-priced commodity and feed it to a critter that the price isn't amazing for calves right now. So we're looking at trying to get some barley in. The issue is the one place that we found barley, it cost 70 cents per bushel just to get it here. And it doesn't really pencil out that way. So it's not gonna work out, I don't think. But it would have been nice if there was some cheap barley nearby. I think I know why we burned through our corn so fast.
Fed it?
It was those dang squirrels eating all our kern. I saw them yesterday.
It was those yearlings we fed into November.
Yeah.
We were really feeding them.
So as many of you know, we have our 7215 tractor that's still in the shop. I actually went and looked at it yesterday, and it was not pretty.
They just got the transmission back together, but they don't have it put back on the tractor yet. There was about 4 clutches out of it and a housing crack.
Oh yeah.
And they can't really I mean, they figure that something must have flew off one of those discs and went through some of the other ones. And they said that it must be a problem with that one because when they ordered parts, they had them, so they're on hand. That usually means that
Something that breaks up.
yeah,
Last time I heard they were $6,000 deep in parts.
that's just parts.
That's
yeah.
just parts, and usually the labor is more in that stuff, right?
Well, nowadays, never used to be.
Yeah, so it's definitely taken them a long time. They got a lot to do. So I'm not looking forward to that bill, I suppose.
I'm not. Unless you want to pay it, and I don't care.
Looks like Dad's hooking up the box scraper. We got some cleaning we can do since everything's thawing. You know, there's some rough places we can knock some stuff down. There's some easy to get at manure that's sitting right on the top, hasn't been mixed in yet from all the cattle walking. Make some things a little bit cleaner. See if anything's going on out here. I think 998 is kind of the next one close. Don't see too much going on. That's a big old bag. Big old bag. We decided we're gonna unhook that scraper from the loader tractor so we can load the manure spreader with it. And we're also gonna unhook the feed wagon tractor from the feed wagon, put the box scraper on that. We're also gonna take that bucket off and put a different one on. That way we're not using the same bucket that we feed with to pick poo up with as well. Trying to keep things healthy. John Deere green around these parts. When you guys are watching this, do you ever think, man, he sounds like a hillbilly? Seems like it's a little frozen underneath yet.
Yeah.
That's nice. Looks like there's a run on water again. So we're planning on doing 3 pens. Dad's already got one scraped up. We're thinking we're gonna hit this one, which looking right here in that area, it's not too bad. But around these windbreaks, they spend a lot of time. Woo! Got some thirsty critters. Right behind the barn where those bred heifers have been hanging out, we're gonna wanna do that one because there's some big old pile of poo. There. Now I can forget about that and let it run over later today. I'm gonna hop in the feed wagon tractor, which is hooked up to the box scraper now, and hit the pen behind the barn. Pile that up in a nice pile. Shouldn't be too terrible much in there since there's not, you know, 100-something critters in it like this pen. Hello?
This is an urgent message for the vehicle.
Oh no!
We've been trying to reach you about
Oh,
your
you
car's
have?
extended warranty.
Oh no!
You should have received something in the mail about your car's
I
extended
didn't.
warranty. Since we have not gotten a response,
How do I send you my social security number? I hate those things. If I were president, I would make those calls illegal. Yee-haw. Nothing but horsepower right here. Poo mountain everywhere. When we've been coming in here with the feed wagon, it is just bouncy beyond belief, especially when it was frozen. It's gonna be a lot nicer for us and the cattle. Some would say farmers aren't cultured. Well, I tell you what, that is art. Drop below in the comments what you think the name of that painting is called. Did you know Billy Bob loves Charlene? And John Deere green. Sure use a couple more horsies and a little extra weight. Well, so we got some good news, we got some bad news. The bad news is this fell out the hydraulic cylinder. Well, it looks like the bolt fell out. But the good news is, right when I got out of the tractor, the bolt we was looking for was right there. Or the pin. We just gotta find some clips to put in there, and we'll be up and running again in a minute. These are the best kind of breakdowns. Nothing's really broke, and you got what you need to fix it, put it back together, you're ready to rock. Hey, if y'all want to fix that hydraulic cylinder while you're over there, that'd be great. Ugh. On the bright side, this pen looks decent. See if anybody's cabin. Girl's just sunbathing out here. Foot poking out of you? Nope. All right. Right on. I did notice one of those hoses coming into that cylinder was a little torqued where it screws in. Get out of there. Right here, there's some fluid coming out. Drop it down a little bit. Right there. Okay, extend it a little. Okay, we got it. I think we're ready to rock. Where do you think you're going? Dead watched when I raised it up and didn't seem like there was a big leak coming out of that kinked hose, so just run until we can't. Woo! You about got trucked. We're getting a giant pile of manure. I didn't think there was going to be that much out here. The nice thing is about everything we're picking up today is manure. It's been freezing right on top and they haven't been working it in. And so we're not pulling out really any of that clay underneath that we want to keep there. But we're getting a lot of that manure that we want to get out. Dad thinks this last load will take care of this pen. And then I think it's about supper time, lunchtime. All right, we're going to do the sloppy stuff. And it'll be fun. We're going to get dirty. I've never seen that mound so big. We got a lot of poo in here. Looking pretty nice. The top, I mean, look at this. It's dry. We don't get that very often in February. There's one chewing on something. Hey, what you got in your mouth? Oh, four-wheel drive in that one. Yep, there we go. That's a lot of poo. I bet you he's proud of that one. I would be. John Deere green on a hot summer night. Because of copyright, I can't use like good songs in my videos, but I can use covers. I think it'd be a good idea to rent a studio, hire a cover band, and I just take the lead on singing. Do you think that's a good idea? It's like Uncle Jeff's pulling in. Woo! Looks like we got dessert right here. Fudge brownie. Slappies.
Yes, Jensen's.
Okay.
I bought 2 of them, and they said Brian gets one.
Okay.
To choose.
Wow. That's exciting.
Yes. What color? Saffron? Sure, you bet. He gets the brown.
Brown slappy. That way it always looks new. Someone mentioned a couple videos back, aren't the cows gonna get sick if you're feeding them on the ground? Like, we don't have enough bunks for the cows out in that bean feed. And I mean, if you just saw what they did right there, I don't think they care. There was 3 bulls licking the pee out of another critter when he was peeing. I think they're gonna be okay licking food off dirt over in the bean field. Poo rock. Save that for later. Hey, get, go. So this pen right here, we call the triangle pen. It kind of acts the same as that new pen that the heifers are hanging out in during the day. in the barn at night, and then during the day we kick them out. There's a bale feeder, and they hang out in this pen. There is a lot of manure, and that's from when we had those skinny cows and those angry and late cows over there. They had to come through this pen to get water, which is right there. They've since been moved, but their manure, I guess, stayed here. I guess they didn't care to clean it up before they took off. These bunks used to be over here. You can see they really packed it up, and then it froze solid, and now it's real bumpy. And then I can pull some of that manure out of there as well. When you're chasing a critter, you gotta fly over that with a four-wheeler. It hurts. I'm sure if you were cool and you had horses, it'd probably be hard on your horse as well. I feel like we're making a bunch of improvements, having that cleaned up. Not so rough over there. Wish that sun would come back. Hey, you're not supposed to be in there. We are done with the box scraper for the day. Gets me excited for pressure washing season. Came out of nowhere. Hey, you're gonna be a nice steak. Why couldn't I just sit in the tractor? Get on out of here. Slappy time. We're gonna chase those ones out there up in here and sort off the heifers. Let's try to get a first try. So I do that. Where the first 20 pairs have been hanging out at. Taking a good nap. Not many are in the building. You guys gotta get a look at this guy. When he was born, he just had some wide eyes. With this thaw, it's been getting a little muddy. A couple days after these calves age, yeah, Dad's looking at him. He looks a little funny. We're gonna send them out. They'll have a bunch more area. They'll have trees. But we just want to make sure there isn't a calf getting skinny or just in any sort of issue.
Those are some outstanding heifers.
She coming home with us? Dad's taking off. It's getting later, but it's not yet time to put those cows in, those heifers. Don't want them pooping up the building. Got nice fresh bedding in there. So we're gonna hang out for a bit, feed a little pellet, put the heifers in. Yeah, that's gonna about wrap it up for today. They want their pellets. Nice looking group. If you're looking for a purebred Black Angus bull, Dad's been selling bulls for 23 years, all my life. We can certainly set you up. Check them out on Instagram, Sonne Farms Dad, send them a message. A couple squeenies down in here. Oh. Leave that one for the owls. Come on in. We got quite a bit done today. I was thinking we'd do more calving than poo hauling, but that's just the way it went. We did some good, got some things cleaned up. Looking at the forecast, we're gonna have some warm weather, which is nice. Things are gonna be drying out. I hope if you're new here, you hit that subscribe button, join us. We got a lot more calves that need to hit the ground. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a good one. Duty.